microphone for the day. Hey, this is Groovey. I'm here with Mr. Knowitall, here in the Stronghold Coliseum. How the heck are you, gentlemen?
Doing well.
Doing very well, yes.
Awesome, awesome.
Great.
Could you say that again, please?
Great.
Okay, so why Primus? Like, couldn't you find an easier band to do?
Probably. For me.
You got frightened.
No, I was thinking Dream Theater, but yeah,
I was
Rush.
for Zappa, but wanted, yeah.
But you guys were amazing. Like, I've never saw you guys play before. My thumb loved you. I'm like, how did you even pull it off? Because you guys are spot on.
I don't get out much. Seriously. I've been practicing it for 20-something years, probably.
Really?
Yeah, ever since high school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I first heard him, and I'm like, I have to learn how he does that. So I'm still trying to figure it out.
You guys kicked ass too. Want to take a mic from me?
I got coerced into it from... Can you hear me? No, Rick and I have known each other for, like 28 years.
Wow.
So we started playing Primus back in middle school. God, a long time ago. The reason we got together is because he owned a bass.
That's true.
Good job.
It's actually true. He played guitar, and he's like, "You want to play bass?" And I'm like, "Yeah, my dad has one." And that's kind of why I picked it up.
Yeah, it just kind of evolved from there. We took a little hiatus between, and Rick called me back one time. And this was for another band, but eventually we all played Primus cover tunes in that band anyway. So we're like, why are we...
Why postpone the...
Yeah, why? So eventually it just evolved into total Primus all the time.
That's awesome. But you guys are just freaking amazing. Like, I gotta ask this question now. Since we've been playing Primus so long, and you guys are so good at it, do you think you could write a Primus song?
wow.
You know what? Actually, it's funny because like lately, anytime I've tried to write a song, it ends up sounding like Primus, and then I'm like, damn it, and I have to start over. It just sort of flows out that way, you know.
So the answer is pretty much yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I can quite capture their nuance and in cleverness, because I don't want to like pretend I'm even that cool. So.
You're really
No, really, I'm not. It's true.
So what's coming up next for you guys? What are y'all working on?
Wow. Well, that's a good question.
We may rehearse later.
Yeah, it's I'd say it's spotty. I mean, things come up. We get together in the basement and just go straight through tunes. Rick comes up with a set list, and I think I've only been playing with the band for, it's been 2 years?
2.5 or 3?
2.5, so yeah, it was Halloween 2.5 years ago. So that time has been spent trying to get me up to speed. Because you're so much
like 2 years.
Well,
you were ready in like a month. Man.
Well, I don't know about that. It took a while. It took a while, but like all the songs, just the number of songs that you already knew, and then I was familiar with 2 albums really. I mean, I knew Frizzle Fry, I knew Sailing Seas with Cheese, and then every time we do a song outside of that, it stretches me. So I go outside of my comfort zone, but and it's tough. You listen to it and you think, yeah, listening to it, kind of drumming along with it as you listen to it is one thing. Actually having to sit down and then be responsible for keeping the time and making sure that it's all together is a completely different situation. I remember the first time that I practiced with these guys, and it was a train wreck for me. It was embarrassing.
Just like, what's going on?
I honestly thought these guys think I suck. Yeah, right. There were no other takers. That was the only reason I got
Herb. Herb.
Way to go, Herb.
Herb or Brain?
No, not skill-wise, Brain. I try to emulate her. I don't know how successful I am, but yeah, it's a blast. I mean,
Shut up.
So every time we have an opportunity to do it, it's.
So how do you actually choose a set list? Because there's a lot to choose from. You just get.
Well,
throw
there's
a dart or something?
Well, no, there's the ones you sort of always have to do that
Right.
the crowd likes, and then it's usually, I don't know, it kind of depends on if I buy a new bass or something. Play some song on it.
I was gonna say it's pragmatism for Rick in changing basses. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that's
2
true.
songs that he plays this bass on, done.
Yeah. Actually, that is a lot of it too, is how to work out all this stupid bass changes I need to make. 'Cause-
Right.
Yeah.
And what's the thing? What's the...
The Whamola.
Yeah, what's the thing?
Well-
Tell me about it. Tell everyone about it.
Well, Les Claypool plays one of those, and it's basically a big aluminum pole with a handle on it, and you hit it with a drumstick, and you do that, and the pitch changes. And so, like, of course, being a Primus tribute band and obsessive compulsive with Les Claypool, I'm like, well, I have to have one of those, but you can't like run down to the guitar store and buy a Whamola.
They don't have a Whamola section?
No,
the weird guy.
I looked everywhere, you know. But so I'm like, well, fuck, I'll just make one. How hard could it be, right? So turns out it's harder than you think. I went down to the Home Depot and grabbed a bunch of stuff and kind of slapped it together over about the course of the summer, and it surprisingly works all right. So
Sounded good.
it's in the show. Yeah, I mean, you know, it kind of just does that one thing. It's pretty fun though.
So the Home Depot guy comes up, how can I help you, sir? I need a Whamola.
Yeah, actually, it was kind of like that. He's like, what is this for? I'm like, well, there's this weird instrument, right? And
That's where his head tilted like
yeah,
a
and
puppy.
he's like, he was like, can I see it when it's done? I'm like, yeah, I'll bring it by. And I did, and he goes, okay.
Awesome.
All right. But it was cool, yeah. It was fun to make it.
So awesome. So you guys, like, and I know there's the copyright stuff, but like, do you have any recordings people can get from you or anything?
Yeah, we, a few years ago, we recorded all of the Frizzle Fry album.
Okay.
And we call it Frizzle Free because we can give it to you for free without having to pay mechanical royalties.
Right.
So,
Which is how we can have you perform for free because
Right.
you didn't charge at the door.
Exactly. So, and not that we would ever like try to take away from the Primus or anything, but you can hear it on Reverb Nation. The whole thing is up there.
Oh, cool.
Or if you come to our show, we'll give you one. Or yeah, except I need to make more copies actually, so I can't give you one now, but I will later.
I've got it.
You have it? Oh, okay.
I don't even have one. What's
You don't have one?
here? I don't.
After the first time I saw you.
You probably got our last copy. Huh?
Right.
I got the bootlegs.
Way to go, Dino.
Or shoot me an email and I'll give you the drum.
Are you
box
kidding
link
me?
to it.
This is Primus. Primus is my basement. Are you kidding me?
Always
Yes.
known as Mr. Know-It-All. So, you got any shows you can pitch, we can pimp out for you guys?
Unfortunately, no, because
You suck. We'll be playing at Black Sky. Wait a minute.
where did you do that?
Oh. We don't have another show.
Do you have a time machine that you actually got confused?
I just remembered that we played there.
Can we post-date this video?
All right. Well,
It's pre-game.
I also have to, Rick was saying about this is a joke that I always want, but he picks the song based on whatever new bass he gets based on the bass.
Yeah.
He's also very subtle about the requirements of each. Like, when I started in the band, I did not have a double kick, I didn't have an ice bell, I didn't have a China type cymbal, I didn't have what are the requirements of a drummer for Primus band. And he's just kind of say, I think there's an ice bell in that song. Just kind of drop this. It was never
I
you
never put a
need,
gun
or,
to your head,
this is
don't
one of
buy
those
it.
songs that really needs that double bass. So now I've got,
Have you ever just completely fucked with them and go, I think that song has a triple structure.
Yeah, right.
Those
I gotta go
songs,
get one of
I'm
those.
nice. I'm nice. I never was like, dude, have a double pedal by next week.
No, you said it much more subtle. Yeah, it was very,
much more passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
The pick songs that had double kicking, and then he'd expect me to play it, and he'd be like, "Well, yeah."
Well, hey, you know, I mean, if you had one. Actually, I've got
There's
some too.
there's something missing from the song. I don't know what it is. Kent, are you playing the song? Yeah.
Yeah, you should see the storage units of all our old drummers.
Maybe that's why we keep going through drummers.
Break them.
The spinal tap.
They're all in fetal position somewhere today. Mr. Knowitall.
Could be.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, gentlemen. Can I have my microphone back? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
The one that doesn't work.
This is Groovey here with Mr. Knowitall. They are fucking amazing Primus tribute band in the Stronghold Coliseum auditorium of awesomeness, and we even have a banner. Bye.